2015 has been a very busy year once again for FTA, representing and supporting our members in the way that they work. To explain a little bit more about some of those key issues for the last 12 months and looking ahead to 2016, I'm joined now by Chief Executive David Wells. David, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and a Happy New Year to all our members.
Once again, though, there are some key issues that have reared their heads and look like once again we're going to be focusing on for the next 12 months. What have they been for you?
So 2015 has really been dominated by a number of issues. First up continues to be fuel duty, and we continue to maintain pressure on the Chancellor in that regard. Second would be skills. There is a continuing skill shortage, particularly in HGV drivers, but also now we're starting to see a significant shortage in engineers and vehicle technicians. Third, I would say, has been the issues around Calais, and Operation Stack clearly was part of that, but there's ongoing issues in Calais and security for our drivers crossing the channel. Fourth would be Heathrow, and actually that's a significant issue for the air freight industry, and we're pleased that we've got the recognition, if you like, that freight is a significant part of the operation of Heathrow. And lastly, a big issue I would highlight, I think, would be road and infrastructure spending. So RIS1 is taking place. That's the road investment strategy. There's a big investment by the government in new roads, but we're working hard with them to persuade them about RIS2, which will start in 2020. So what are the significant other pieces of investment in roads that will make a difference to our members? And on top of that, there's a huge investment going into rail. We'd like to see some benefit for the rail freight industry.
So starting, if we can, with fuel is something that I know FTA, we've been one of the main backers of Fair Fuel UK for many years. It isn't going away, is it? It
isn't going away, and I think all of us can see that it's a fairly easy win, particularly when the wholesale price of fuel, Brent crude, has come down. So we're maintaining our pressure on the government. We have in the past persuaded the Treasury, and they have come out in public and said that they recognise that a cut in duty leads to benefits to the economy. So we don't want them to go back on that, and we must maintain our pressure. We've updated the research, and we continue to work with Fair Fuel UK to maintain that pressure.
So really, March's budget again is something we're going to be focusing on.
March will be another crucial point in the year where we'll be building up the pressure towards that budget and making sure that our message is heard in the Treasury.
You mentioned skills, and I know that we obviously had a fantastic and very successful event at the Ricoh Arena back in March 2015, focusing on drivers' shortage. But it isn't just drivers, in fact, that is the problem, is it now?
No, it isn't. In fact, the industry is starting to say we've got a significant shortage of vehicle technicians and engineers. I'm delighted to say that FTA, we don't use HGV drivers, but we do have engineers that do vehicle inspections. So I'm delighted that we've been able to take on 3 apprentices, and they're working in conjunction with GIST. It's going particularly well, and that's, if you like, a little part that we can do as a trade association where we can, but it also highlights that the skill shortage is broader than just HGV drivers. I'm not decrying the shortage of HGV drivers. I am saying actually it is broader than that.
And having obviously working very closely with Think Logistics, the skills show at the NEC, and this is going to culminate in again a skills summit, which is going to be actually
building on the success of last year's free summit. We're going to have another free summit at the Ricoh, March the 17th, and we'll be looking at 3 things. We'll be looking at best practice in recruitment, best practice in retention, and best practice in training for the skill shortages in our sector.
Perfect. Moving on to Heathrow, if we can actually, David, and I know that it isn't just about one airport, it's about air freight as a whole, isn't it? Because we, as an industry, are really dependent on it, aren't we?
Well, Heathrow is the only air freight hub that we have in this country. The whole argument about increasing airport capacity is around new venues to service the new cities in China and the growing economies in South America. We want to have routes coming into the UK, and the best place for those to come in to build and expand that air freight hub capacity is to do that into Heathrow. Now, we've been quite bold as an association on behalf of our members who supported us and have led our policy in this area, is to come out and say that air freight is a significant issue, and that on the basis of an air cargo hub, the decision should be Heathrow.
infrastructure, it's something that affects us all, and obviously as an industry, for our members, it is really imperative that it is improved.
We lobbied really hard that in the spending review at the end of 2015, the Chancellor would not cut back the road investment strategy. It is a big investment for the government to be making, and we lobbied for him to maintain that. I'm pleased to say that he recognises the importance of infrastructure to boosting the economy, and he didn't cut back on it, and so we're pressing now not only to maintain the RIS1 but also to move on to RIS2 and say what are the key pieces of roads investment that will make a difference in the second phase of road investment.
A lot to do in 2016.
There is a lot to do, and I'm pleased to say we've got lots of members behind us, backing us, thanking them for their support. It's a good opportunity for me to do that, so thank you for your support in 2015. We look forward to your support in 2016.
David Wells, thank you very much indeed for your time today. And don't forget, if you do want to actually attend the FTA Logistics Skills Summit at the Ricoh Arena on the 17th of March, it is free to attend. Just go on to our website. It is fta.co.uk.